Hello and welcome to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Coming up later in the show, we'll take a look at the results from state wrestling. But first, today's top stories. Mount Pleasant Community School District's board tabled the vote for grade alike schools at the February 13th school board meeting. At the January 23rd school board work session, Mount Pleasant Superintendent John Hendrickson asked the board to add a vote to the meeting's agenda to approve moving forward with grade alike school buildings beginning in the 2023-24 school year. At the work session, one school district parent posed a question about how quickly the board intended to implement the change, suggesting they wait until the 24-25 academic year to allow for smoother implementation. During the February school board meeting, however, Hendrickson encouraged the board to hold off on the vote until the next meeting scheduled for March 13th. According to Hendrickson, he would like the board to consider voting to make the change in the fall of 2024. Hendrickson's suggestion to the board is committed to the change now. The Iowa House passed a bill fixing an error in the state's property tax rollback calculation that would reduce a rollback on multiple residential properties, resulting in about 133 million overshot state allocations to school and local governments, according to a fiscal note from the Iowa Legislative Services Agency. For Washington County, the difference represents about $1 million in tax revenue. The bill also extends local government's budget deadlines by a month, but officials said the sudden change of expectations would undo progress on financial planning efforts that began as early as November. A failed amendment proposed to correct for the error but made up the difference to local governments using the state taxpayers relief fund, a state account filled largely by excess tax revenue in previous years. The Washington County Hospital and Clinic's Board of Directors will meet at 4 p.m. February 23rd in the Robert Nicola Conference Room at the hospital. Among the agenda items will be a hearing on the proposed fiscal year 2024 county budget. Any interested person may appear and file objections to the proposed budget. After the hearing, the board will conduct its regular meeting and later a closed session for strategic planning / community-based care. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the weather and sports.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Hello and welcome to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. We have your 5-day forecast coming up. First, obituaries. Bernard Clement Carroll Jr. of Brighton passed away on February 15th at the age of 82. A funeral service will be held at Gold Funeral Home in Brighton at 10:30 a.m. February 21st. Robert J. Jones of Washington passed away on February 5th at the age of 89. Celebration of life will be held at Jones Indian Funeral Home at 11 a.m. July 1st. That was obituaries. It is now time for your 5-day forecast. Today the high is 49 degrees and has been partly cloudy. Temperatures will start to drop tomorrow with a high of 41 and mostly cloudy skies. There's a 65% chance of rain on Wednesday with a high of 42. On Thursday, temperatures will drop down to 37 and it'll be mostly cloudy as well as pretty windy. Finally, on Friday, temperatures will fall back below freezing. It'll be mostly cloudy.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service.
We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Tammy takes the time and has the personal interest in each one of us. I don't worry about what's going to happen because I know my policy is taken care of.
She pulls what I need and puts it together, which is the program I get from her.
Every year she calls around September or so and says, there's changes again, and I'm going to do the best thing for you. It's been perfect. She does a great job.
Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross, Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656. Welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. It is now time for sports.
Sports, brought to you by Fairway.
This past weekend in Des Moines, 32 area wrestlers competed in the Iowa High School Wrestling State Championships, resulting in plenty of action on the mats. Even for those who didn't make Friday's semifinal round, there was still plenty of wrestling to be done. For Washington's Aaron Boone, he went on an impressive run after losing his second-round matchup in the Class 2A 120 bracket on Wednesday. Boone had to wrestle his way back to the podium, winning 4 straight matches to earn a chance to wrestle for 5th place. He ultimately took down 6th place, but he did score the only win for his team during the tournament. Another standout was Siegner Kyoto's Rena Utterbach. After opting out of the girls' wrestling season, Utterbach became just the second girl ever to place on the podium in Iowa high school wrestling. Utterbach took 8th in the 1A 106 weight class, winning 2 matches on the week to earn her place. Despite losing her next 2 matches, the win over Earlham's Dallas Connier in the 4th round of consolations secured her historic spot on the podium. That is the news for Southeast Iowa. I've been your host, Nick Steffens. This has been your News Break.